Hello my friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Workshop. Today is Monday, June 26th, and it just happens to be my 47th wedding anniversary, so I'll wish my wife, Sue, happy anniversary. And so today I thought I'd do something a little different for my daily vlog, and I vlogged my commute on the way to work this morning. So enjoy this video. My friends, it's about 7 a.m. and I'm going to head down to the workshop. I thought I'd just take you on my commute this morning. Going out the back door, it's going to be difficult because I've only got one hand. So, well, the dogs are barking because they don't know me. They always bark. It's the craziest thing. Okay, that's enough. I tell you, they're just goofy. Just goofy. Anyway, we're going to head around the house here. This is my morning commute to work. Often I take a vehicle, but lately I've been walking because I figure I need to lose the weight and it's good exercise anyway. So we're walking through the drive-through part of the house. And here's what the front yard looks like. Sue tore up this part because she wasn't happy with this. This wasn't very green in this area, so she just tilled it up and decided to work on it. You know, she's reseeded it and that whole bit. You can see the other side over there that was all tore up. Looks just like a brand new lawn again. This is a lilac bush. I can't remember when it blooms. I guess it's in the spring, but I guess it's already past its blooming. There's some flowers that Sue plants. Here's our old farm bell. That used to be way higher, and it was kind of ridiculously high, another 4 or 5 feet taller. I just cut the pole off and dropped it down a little bit. It just seems to be more in proportion for the area here, because we're not using it as a farm bell anymore. It's just a decoration pretty much. Here's a close-up of the little bridge that goes across the creek in front of the house here. And again, there's what the creek looks like that goes under the house. Yeah, the creek flows under the house. See, basically, they built this house all the way across the valley. And when you do that, your house becomes a dam. Therefore, you need a place for the water to go. And really, the way they did it in stages. This middle part was a log cabin. That part over there was a separate house. And this part over here was a separate house. They added that room on with all the windows there. And when they did that, they just put a pipe under it. And they connected the two houses together. So, you know, it's been cobbled up over the years. And this is just how they did it. Now, the wall that you see there, the rock wall, that hill used to come down to right to the end of the house, and literally water could run right down the hill and run right into the house. So I dug all of that out and built all that wall. Right after I got that rock wall built, I had the rock wall built all the way around the house. It wasn't 2 weeks later, we had a 7-inch rain and there was a hill slide, and it covered up my rock wall from about where you see the concrete block back there all the way back around. And I had to redig all that out, all the big rock, and I decided I'm going to put in a concrete retaining wall, and that way it won't happen again. Well, anyway, that's the sad story on that. We'll continue our commute down to the workshop. And then we've got these two pillars here that kind of frame in the parking area. And at one time, I guess, they had mail service up here. And you can see a mailbox there built into the post. They don't come this far up now. They only go to the end of the driveway now. So, by the way, this is a pipe I put in the ground. There's this, it's kind of a wet weather spring, but it flows most of the year. And you can see there's water in there. I was hoping it would come out this hole that I drilled in the side, but that's never got up that high. It always seeps out around the base. So anyway, that never did work out. When the kids are here, they like to swing on that big, it's kind of like a tire swing, but it's really more of a platform swing that you can see up there under that big oak tree. And it swings you way out over this hill, and it gets pretty high, so the kids really get a thrill out of that. Lots of walnut trees here on the farm. And you can see my wife's garden. Not as much of an effort in her garden this year as some years. That corn is all broom corn. I guess she's planning to make brooms. She's done that in the past. Squash, tomatoes, I guess those are carrots. I don't know what all that other stuff is. I'm not real good with the garden because, you know me, I don't eat green stuff. The greenhouse that you see over there is the very first thing that I built after we obtained the property. I built that 25 years ago, basically. It'd probably be 25 years ago this fall, or maybe this coming spring. I'm not really sure. Here is our diesel tank where we keep our diesel fuel. You can see a big diesel truck here. This is what she pulls her big horse trailer with. The fuel that is in this tank, which is a 250-gallon tank, I think, or a 300-gallon tank, I think it is, does not ever go in this because this is what you call off-road diesel. It's colored red, and it's against the law to put that in a vehicle that goes on the road because it doesn't have any road tax on this tank here. So anyway, that's the way that works. This big diesel truck, it's a 1-ton truck, will pass pretty much anything on the highway except a gas station. We'll go in the metal working door, and we're going to need to turn the lights on. I've already turned this side on. It's kind of a mess in here because I've been working on this horse trailer, and I want to show you the progress I've made on the horse trailer. But first, let's step over here and turn on the other light on this side. And that doesn't help that much. But perhaps you can see there's a light I've installed. It's not connected yet. There's another light on the other side that I've installed. This is what you call the tack compartment. This is an invention I made. It's a saddle rack that pulls out like this, and you can push it back in very easily. You can see it's very easy. And I had to engineer 2 of them, one on each side, and they had to be engineered differently so they didn't bump each other. As you can see there, they cross over each other. And you can put your saddles on those and pull them right out, very easy. In addition to those 2 lights that I installed these running lights up on top here. Again, not very good lighting, but I'm just doing this with my phone. So I've got 4 running lights, 2 on each side. Here's the other 2. On this side over here, you can see them on the top. And I've installed this light up here. And again, it's an LED light also, but I don't have it connected yet either. And then yet another LED light above this little door that again is not connected yet. So I've also installed the 2 tail lights there. This one on this side and this one on this side. I did have to cut holes in the fenders to make that work. The previous kind of lights stuck out, and the horses, if you know anything about horses, they'll end up breaking your lights out. That's just the way it is. If you tie a horse to the back, which right here is one of the tie-ups, a horse will kick that with his foot and break it out. These kind would be less likely to get broken since it's inserted in there. My wife doesn't tie them back here much anyway because of this cross beam. A horse could get their foot caught in there, so she doesn't tie them back here to begin with, so it's really a moot point, but it's still better to have them recessed like that. Then you won't back into something and, break your light off anyway. There's still a lot of work to do. You can see I've got the boards out, and the reason I pulled those boards back out is because we're running the wires through here. I'm going to use a piece of garden hose and tie that all up good and tight to protect all the wires. I could use a piece of stiff conduit, but it won't fit through there very well. The garden hose will go above the axles, and I can snake the wires around that way. So it's a better choice for me. Again, everything's kind of a mess in here today. We'll continue our commute into the wood area of the shop. And this is the office in here, and through this glass door. We're not going to go in there necessarily. Here's the door that goes outside, and this door is the one that most people come through when they're coming into the workshop. Inside here is the workshop, and you've seen this many times. So I thought it would be nice to just give you a different view of everything this morning. And that's going to conclude my vlog for today. The only other thing I'll mention is that tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll be at Dickey's Barbecue Pit tomorrow evening in Rolla, Missouri, 6 o'clock to 8:30. And tomorrow afternoon, Cash is actually coming for his next guitar lesson because he's going to be gone on his normal day, which would be Wednesday. So I'll see Cash tomorrow, and we'll be at Dickey's tomorrow as well. That's going to conclude the vlog for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow.